Right, so hello everyone. Station with Season 5 and Division 4. As we are waiting for the new season to start. Brand new season, brand new drivers and brand new opening race, as we are racing today here in Japan on Suzuka. As of course we will be starting at 6 p.m. UK, and that means we should be running in 5 minutes. So it's not too far from the beginning of the new season. Gnievko legend, thank you very much. I'm back finally. I hadn't had any money to buy the new F1, so unfortunately I had to wait, and after Christmas I was able to buy the game and also PS Plus, and now I can commentate and maybe even race. But unfortunately not this week, but next week you will hopefully be able to see me in F3 as a reserve. but I will do my best here commentating this race as back in the good old days from season 3, of course, as I was commentating F2 there. It was quite a good story, to be honest. I quite liked it, and commentating was something that I enjoyed in F1 2019, that's for sure. And hopefully we can have even better season this year, this new year 2021, of course, as we are waiting for sure for the new real F1 season to start. It's only 2 months left, so we can race here online. And we are still missing 4 drivers and 3 minutes to start. Of course, maybe I will introduce you to drivers, as we will start from Mercedes. As in Mercedes we've got Kuba Wilk, 2005, and the second driver isn't with us at the moment. Then we've got Ferrari with Villeneuve and Nova Apollo. Next up Red Bull with Black Wolf and Polish guy, and the second Red Bull still absence. Then Renault with Skylar and Les. McLaren with You Can Beat Me and Xyro Knight. Then we've got Christian, our host for the race, and Shade Maps. Racing Point, of course, Real Adam Baker and Zickelhelm. I'm not sure I read it correctly. Then Alfa Romeo, Williams with Spurs, and Jimmy Hunt. And is that all? I think so. No one joined, so I guess we have to wait a little bit longer. It is 6 p.m. UK, but we are still waiting for a couple of drivers. So, everyone are reading up, so we should be starting in a minute. Thank you and good luck. Another broadcaster. Alright, so we've got 15 seconds to start, and finally Season 5 will officially begin. 3, 2, 1, and there we go, we are moving into Japan, as I said in the beginning. Suzuka, of course, a very fast track, very technical track, and with not the best track to overtake, but let's hope for a really exciting race and probably many spins, especially in the S's. I'm 11. 11. I'm 18, sorry. And I'm fucking bad in English. Sorry for the bad word. I wish I could speak correctly. And sorry for the internet connection, as it isn't as good as I would like it to be. But here we are in Japan, of course, Suzuka. We can switch on everything, and we are waiting for the drivers to come out on track for the first time in Season 5. Okay, I will watch my language, sorry. Sorry for that. And we've got a couple of drivers out on track. The first one is Kuba Wilk in Mercedes, in black Mercedes, black livery Mercedes. So here we go with him. We will follow him through the first lap of the season. Wait a second, I have to change something here in terms of my okay. So there we go. And we are here in the spoon. Surely many spins will be here during the race. 27 laps, if I'm correct, in this race today. Of course 50% of the distance. And Kuba Wilk is just about to start his first timed lap. And here he comes onto the starting straight. Opens the DRS, the only DRS zone on the track, and here he comes down into turn 1. And now he has got to get the rhythm through these S's, as it's really easy to spin in here, but Kuba shows that he can drive very well. And now into the Degners, Degner 1, 6th gear, and into the second one, and now we are going up into the hairpin, also another tricky braking zone here. There we go. And now full throttle down into spoon. There we go, into spoon. And now another full throttle element of the track, as we are going now into 130R, the fastest corner on this track, and into the last chicane. A little lockup here for Kuba. but there he goes onto the start-finish straight, and it is 1:27.8 for the Mercedes driver. Behind him, Radeł Schelm, 2 tenths behind the Mercedes. Then one of the Renaults invalidated his lap time probably. But we've got Laser with 1:28.9, and one of the McLarens crossing the line. You can beat me, who puts himself up into P3. Meanwhile, Spurs puts himself up into provisional pole with the 1:27.5, and he is now leading. 5 drivers with their times on the board. Christian up into second position. Santi, that wasn't a good lap for him. We've got one of the Ferraris crossing the line. It was Villeneuve, goes into 7th. And Jimmy Hunt, who is also finishing his lap, and he goes into 2nd place just behind his teammate. So both Williamses up on the front, in the front. Xyron Knight goes into P8. Also, we've got Santi with a big mistake here in the S's, so we've got first victim of those corners, and there is the problem to get some repairs. But it's gonna take some time. Also, the second of the Red Bulls, Black Wolf, is also on the timed lap. And we will see. Where can he put himself? Can he beat Williamses? He has got no more ERS left, so I guess it's gonna be a tough end of the lap. There he goes, Black Bull crosses the line, and it's only P11 for Red Bull, so that's not a good performance for this team. I think they hoped for a better result. We've got also one of the Racing Points finally exiting the pit lane. Is there anyone on the time lap? Wilk. Yes, he's finishing his lap, and can he improve? Yes, he can, but only just by 14 thousandths of a second, and it's still P4 for him. Nova Apollo is going really slow as he's preparing for his hot lap, but he will come back to the pits. And so Adam Baker in Racing Point. Spurs meanwhile improves his lap, his time, and he is currently in the front. Both Williams is still leading, and we are now watching Adam Baker starting his hot lap. DRS wide open through the main straight, and now first heavy braking zone into turn 1, and nice and clean, and now into the S's. Yellow flag is in sector 3, but we don't care about it. It's nothing, it's none of the incidents. And Adam Baker 31.9 through the first sector. And there he goes into the hairpin, into the first gear. Probably the hardest braking on the track. Into the spoon he goes. His teammate Helm still in the pits. So it's still 9 minutes to go, so we are halfway through the quali here in Suzuka. For 130R he goes. And one last chicane to go. Adam Baker, can he match the Williams' pace? Or he's gonna be lower? There he goes, he crosses the line and it's P5. Just ahead of Rado in Alpha Romeo. And now we will watch Skylar, as he also doesn't have time on the board yet. There he goes, really fast corner, 130R, and through the chicane, and Skylar, his teammate Lasek currently in P9, and Skylar goes into 8th position, so he's better than his teammate by 7/10 of a second. We got oh, Adam Baker is out of the session. I think he crashed under the... Yes, he probably crashed. Yes, there is the stranded racing point under the bridge, and Villeneuve is gonna see it. Yes, it is on the right hand side. Adam Baker will not improve in this session, unfortunately, for Racing Point, of course. Helm finally out on track, as he's going through the place that his teammate crashed a moment ago. Meanwhile, Spurs is trying to improve, but he can't quite do it because he's 8/10 down on his previous best. Who is also on a hot lap. Lacey is on a hot lap. He goes under the bridge. After first sector, he's currently improving. Number 24, Renault. And there we go, into the spoon. Currently both Renaults in top 10. And after 2 sectors, Leisa is improving by half a second. He's now down into 11th, as Nova Apollo it was Santi who improved. And there he goes, Leisa, one last corner to go. And he's crossing the line and he goes into 7th place. That's a nice result for the French team. Also Villeneuve on hot lap. He's currently in 13th place, so Ferrari probably want a bit better result. There he goes, down into 130R. And there he goes, one last chicane. And Villeneuve, can he improve on his time? Can he improve on his 13th position? Yes, but only just. Goes into 12th. Helm is also finishing his first hot lap, and he goes into first place, into pole position, as it is 5 minutes to go in this session. So that's getting quite interesting. Is Leisa on hot lap? Probably not. Black Wolf on hot lap, currently 15th in the penultimate position. The only Red Bull today. I'm gonna check the comments, maybe. Oh, there was... I saw the Ferrari of the track. Unfortunately, you didn't saw it as I was reading the comments. maybe I should focus on the race. Who is on hot lap except of Black Wolf? We can see Nova Apollo starting his lap as well as Villeneuve, but he is... oh, he has got broken front wing. So we will follow Black Wolf as he's trying to improve his 15th position. Let's see his time after 2 sectors. He's improving by nearly half a second, so but it won't give him any improvement in terms of the positions. He's just behind Xyron Knight and only had Shade Maps in Haas, who is currently last. And Black Wolf improves actually, but only by 1 position. Shade Maps also trying to improve, going through the S's, and our Williams driver Spurs also trying to improve, trying to retake his provisional pole from Helm in Racing Point. Also Nova Polo on hot lap, but he invalidated his lap times, so we will switch to Kuba Wilk, so we can see how the Mercedes will do on his probably last hot lap. Into the chicane he goes, and oh, there is an invalidation, so unfortunately Kuba will not improve. Let's see the answer of Spurs. And Spurs, can he retake the lead? No, he can't. He didn't improve. That was quite a messy lap probably. He made a mistake. Skylar, who is improving after 2 sectors, can he go ahead of his teammate? Yes, he can. 4th position for the Renault of Skylar. That's a very good result. We've got still 2 minutes to go in this session. Let's see Shade Maps, who is starting probably another lap. He's still in last place. Jimmy Hunt, currently 3rd, also on hot lap, 3 times behind the leader. Kvovil with another invalidation, so if he still has enough fuel to start another lap, he still can improve, but it's not gonna be easy, as we've got Spurs trying to improve. He's half a second faster, and it may give him his pole position here in F4 for the crosses the line, and he gets his pole position, provisional pole I should say, by half a second ahead of Helm, who is also on outlap. So we will still be waiting for the answer of the Racing Point driver. Jimmy Hunt, the other Williams, also on hot lap, but he's not improving, so that's not looking good for him. Christian currently in P5, also very good result for Haas. And now we will be watching Helm, as he is probably the only man who still can beat Spurs in this fight for pole position. Now he's going through the S's. It's half a second, he needs half a second to beat the Williams. He's now going by Skylar, and he's not improving after 1st sector, so that's not looking good at the moment. Let's see Jimmy Hunt. Jimmy Hunt's still in 4th as Christian goes into 2nd place. Wow, that was a very nice lap, and he beats Helm by only 0.005 of a second. But Helm didn't say the last word yet, as he's now going through the spoon. Kuba Wilk also into 2nd place, and Radu Shelm beating Mercedes drivers, so we've got a couple of improvements here. That's quite competitive here in Suzuka. Now we are waiting for Helm There was a lockup on braking into the chicane. Can he take this pole position? No, he can't, because he can't improve and he stays 5th. So we will see, but we will see if he can maintain this 5th position, as you can beat me goes into 6th place, but Jimmy Hunt was also improving after 2 sectors and he's now crossing the line and he goes into 4th position, so that was a very good lap. So Helm is going down into 6th and I think that's the end of quali. So Spurs and Williams, the great victors of the first qualifying session of 2021. As we are now waiting for, let's hope, a very interesting race. And here are our drivers after the qualifying session. Spurs with pole position, then we've got Radosz Helm, Kuba Wilk, Jimmy Hunt, Christian, Zickel Helm, You Can Beat Me, Skylar, Adam Baker, Lace closing the top 10. Then we've got Santi, Nova Apollo, Villeneuve, Black Wolf, Xyron Knight and Shabe Maps closing the pack in Haas. And so now we are waiting for the race to start. 1:26.951 is the time of our pole sitter. And we are now waiting for the drivers to choose their strategy. We all can't wait to see those red lights going out, and so we can start another hopefully beautiful season in ERO. Currently F4, but tomorrow we've got F3 and F2, and in Sunday the biggest one, I mean F1 of course. So the season is officially started. I think I can say that. As there we go, we are waiting for Spurs, and here we go. There we've got predicted pit stop strategy, soft and hards, probably the most common among the drivers. Let's see what tires did they choose. We've got softs in top 10, everyone on softs of course in top 10. Then we've got Santi and Nova Apollo both on mediums, and Villeneuve and Black Wolf on softs. And at the back of the pack, Xyron Knight and Shape Maps, both on hards. So we will see who will come out on top after the first corner, and most importantly, who will come out on top after 27 laps of Suzuka in Japan, after the first race of the season, season 5. As drivers are now going on to the start finish straight, and we are just moments away from the beginning of the season. Drivers are lining up and we are ready to go. Shade Maps goes into his place. And the lights are going red, I wanted to say, but we have to wait a little bit longer. Oh, there we got the red lights, and here we go. And good start for Spurs, good start for Radoshelm, and Radoshelm with the inside line into the first corner. There we go. There was a contact. Spurs goes wide. Radoshelm retakes the lead. You Can Beat Me is falling down. Real Adam Baker also, but we've got a crash. There we go. Black Wolf and Santi both out of the track. Santi with a broken front wing, Black Wolf probably too. Real Adam Baker with the first spin in the S's. So already a couple of drivers out of the fight on the first lap. In the lead we've got Radoshelm, followed by Spurs, who was beaten in the fight into the first corner. Then we've got Ferrari going down the inside on McLaren, but McLaren stays in 9th position, but Ferrari is now slipstreaming behind him, and he goes down the side. Nova Apollo retakes this 9th position. Oh, there was a contact, and there is double contact in the sandwich of Ferrari. There was the McLaren, and here we go into 130R. Can McLaren fight back into 130R? Not quite, but there is a Ferrari pushing behind him, and he goes a little bit off track as we go down into the chicane. And so You Can Beat Me lost 2 positions here. Radoshelm, of course, leading. There we got Christian going up into P2, but what is going on? You Can Beat Me goes into the pits. Both of the Williamses lost places as Spurs and Jimmy Hunt are both ghosts. And so Radoshelm, of course, in the lead, but Zickelhelm is close to one of the Renaults. What is this Renault doing here? Black Wolf with a 5-second penalty. What is going on with these standings? I hope that's not by my internet, but I'm afraid it may be this problem. Have we got any battles? We've got battle for first place as Spurs is pushing behind Radoshelm as he wants to get his first place back. Black Wolf already with the penalty, of course, for speeding in the pit lane. As we are starting third lap, and of course the DRS is enabled. Christian with the fastest lap of the race in Haas. And so going in the first corner, Radoshelm in front of Spurs. Then we've got Jimmy Hunt, so both Williamses pushing hard. Then we've got Christian, Skylar, Lacey, Helm, Kuba Wilk, Apollo and Villeneuve closing the top 10 at the moment. So the top 4 is fighting for the victory here. Here we go into the Deckners. Spurs is really close, too close from Radoshelm as he goes wide in Deckner 1. That was quite dangerous as his teammate Jimmy Hunt is losing the place for Christian, who goes into podium place. Oh, a little bit of slide here at the on the exit of this hairpin, and Jimmy Hunt is gonna retake his third position. So this mistake cost Christian a place at the moment. Also, Adam Baker overtook shade maps, I think. So let's be back to the fight for the victory. Spurs is really close as they are breaking into the chicane. Oh, there is a massive lockup for Williams driver, and he's gonna lose much time to the Alfa Romeo. So he's not quite to get past this car. Behind them, Kuba Wilk is close to him, who was fighting for pole position, but unfortunately he lost out and he started only 6th. And let's see the position change of the drivers. Lace 4 places up from P10, as well as his teammate Skylar. So very good race, who gets a 3-second time penalty unfortunately already. So very good. Kuba Wilk is out of the track. He made a mistake, probably spun on the curb, and unfortunately off track, 8 places down for him. So as I said, a very good race for the Renaults at the moment. Yellow flag in sector 2, and Kuba Wilk has retired. He probably crashed on his own, and we got a virtual safety car. So drivers have to follow their delta, and Kuba Wilk, unfortunately, first retirement of the season. And so we are waiting for the Mercedes car to be cleared up. And here we go, 5th lap, and Jimmy Hunt, first of the front runners, decided to pit. And let's see what tires will he fit. Is he gonna fit the hards? Yes, I can see hards going on in this Williams. But he is gonna come out probably behind shape maps. Yes, he is 12th position for him, but he has got a pit stop already behind him. Let's see if this strategy is the best one. And there we go racing again. Radoshelm, Spurs and Christian, these three will be fighting for the lead here. Behind them we've got both Renaults. Christian meanwhile close to Spurs, who had a massive lockup down in the chicane. Now Christian goes a little bit wide in the spoon. Meanwhile also Xyron Knight was close to Villeneuve, close to the Ferrari driver. And let's see if he can retake the positions his teammate lost at the beginning of the race, as he was sandwiched between the two prancing horses. Spurs meanwhile is still closing, but can he make the move stick? Shade Maps has been overtaken by Jimmy Hunt. Jimmy Hunt on fresh rubber is trying to, of course, chase after everyone in front. Yellow flag in sector 3, it is the McLaren of You Can Beat Me. Just at the exit of the chicane and in the last corner, and let's see if he can, if he has any damage on his front wheel, but I can't see unfortunately. Right, so let's switch to someone else. Spurs and Shade Maps with the 3-second time penalty, so the third driver with the penalty. Meanwhile, Spurs close to Radoshelm. Into 130R they go. Maybe this is the lap where he makes his move down the inside, maybe into the chicane, but no, another lockup for him. And here we go on to the main straight. DRS wide open, and can he make this move stick? He chooses the outside line, and is it gonna be the one? Yes or no? No, Radoshelm still manages to fight back, but now they are going into the S, still side by side, and Spurs with the inside line retakes the lead. Radoshelm is finally beaten. There is still Christian watching their battling. He nearly also got a place from the Alpha, but he was a little bit too far. Also, Lacey is losing places. Has he spun? No, he didn't spun, but he's going really slow, so he probably made a mistake. Has he got broken front wing? Yes, he has. Oh, and that's a major damage for his Renault, so he's surely gonna have to pit. And he's gonna lose many places. Yellow flag sector 2, Shade Maps, who has retired. The second retirement under the bridge. So another, and we got the full safety car, and now everyone is gonna pit. Probably. Lap 7 out of 27. Shade Maps caused the safety car, and of course the top 3 is coming in, same as Skylar. Oh, and Helm is going to the back of the Renault, and unfortunately he has broken his front wing, so he's gonna have to replace it. Lacey is gonna probably lose some time behind his teammate in the pits. Nova Apollo and Siren Knight meanwhile stayed out, same as Jimmy Hind, who of course pitted earlier, and he's gonna come out behind the top 2 of the race, so his strategy didn't quite work, but it could be worse. It's still P5 currently, and P3 as Xara Knight and Apollo make their stops. So we are now waiting for the restart. Nova Apollo and Xyron Knight over 10 places up for both of them. Let's see how can they deal with the restart. Oh, Jimmy Hunt with the 5-second time penalty for collision with Skylar. How has this happened? As we are following behind the safety car. Sorry for the pause, but and the major call, I have to name it. So we had quite a decent race to this point. Quite a good battle for the lead between Spurs, Radoszelm, Christian and Hunt, our top four. Two big crashes of Kuba and Shade maps. And now we are waiting for the restart, and we are hoping for even more drama. Maybe no drama, but very good driving skills and many exciting overtakes. Let's see, maybe the safety car will be in this lap. Fastest lap currently belongs to Christian, 1:31.299. In terms of the tires, nearly everyone on hards, only You Can Beat Me, Skylar and Nova Apollo on mediums. And safety car is in this lap, so we go racing again. Nova Apollo is making a restart, behind him Siren Knight, Spurs, Radoszelm and Jimmy Hunt. And let's see, Nova Apollo should be speeding up right now, and he does this, and he's now starting lap number 10 in this Japanese Grand Prix. Behind him Siren Knight, Spurs fighting with Radoszelm is fighting with Jimmy Hunt, but no switches here. Secret here meanwhile overtakes Villeneuve, and Spurs is already up into second place, as well as Radoszelm, who is still fighting with Jimmy Hunt, but Spurs with a fantastic move down the inside into the first corner. And we've got the yellow flag, and who is it? This Adam Baker, who is out of this race, as well as Secret Helm, who goes off the track in the S's. So that's the end of the race for the whole Racing Point team. In a couple of seconds they lost both cars on the restart, unfortunately. Also Villeneuve with a mistake, he was on the sand. That's not looking good for him, only Black Wolf behind him. So drama and once more drama from the beginning of as we began to racing again. Skylar close to his teammate Lace. Lace didn't pit under the safety car. And Skylar, is it gonna be team orders here? Skylar is faster, is definitely faster, as they are going into the chicane, but not quite. But here, with the help of the DRS, DRS isn't still available, but Skylar goes ahead of Lace, but Lace wants to fight back, but he can't quite do it. Behind him Santi also counting on any mistakes here. Meanwhile Jimmy Hunt still going behind Radoszelm in 5th. And also Christian. Those four were fighting for the lead before the safety car. Spurs has already overtaken Siren Knight, and he's now chasing down current leader Apollo. Another lockup for the Williams driver. That's gonna cost him some tire life in the late stages of the race. You Can Beat Me meanwhile in 10th, trying to overtake Santi. But he's too far. He's going through 130R, Jimmy Hunt. He's hunting down Radoszelm. As we are now starting lap number 12. DRS is again enabled. And Skylar with the fastest lap of the race, 1:30.659. So Skylar is currently the fastest man on track, and just behind Christian, who is just behind James Hunt, sorry. Jimmy Hunt, of course. As Christian makes a mistake through the S's, he goes a little bit deep. There was a contact between those two, but fortunately no major damage for any of them and no major crash, but Skylar has lost some time to the Haas driver as Spurs is beginning to close the gap down to Apollo. He's now less than a second behind Ferrari, as well as Radoshelm, who is gonna be fighting with Siren Knight. Nova Apollo with the penalty. 3 seconds will be added to his time at the end of the race. Radoshelm may be chasing down Siren Knight, but it's Jimmy Hind who's closer to him as we're going into the chicane. But I don't think we will see any moves here. And Nova Apollo goes into the pits, so Spurs retakes the lead. And let's see what is going on in the fight for third. Villeneuve has left the session, so let's see that he's out of the points. In 10th, actually now in 10th position, but as Nova Apollo will be pushing only 12 drivers left in this race, 4 retirements already, and so Spurs is going for it, is going for the victory. We are nearly halfway through the distance of the Japanese Grand Prix, and currently Spurs in the lead and 2 seconds ahead of the second place Siren Knight. As they are going through 1:30 to start lap number 14. Radoshelm still can't quite overtake Siren Knight, so he's losing more and more time to Spurs as he's running away from with the victory, but it's still not set until we cross the finish line and we see the checkered flag. It's still half of the race to go. We've got a 4-car battle for second place, but overtaking here in Suzuka isn't very easy. Only 1 DRS straight. However, there is a couple of heavy braking zones, but you have to be very close to actually make a use of it. As Siren Knight with a poor exit out of the spoon, and Jimmy Hunt just on his tail, but he's not gonna attack into the chicane. But now, with the help of the DRS, it will help probably, as they are going side by side into turn 1. Radoshelm with the inside line, but Jimmy Hunt is gonna be in front, and yes he is, and he retakes the third position. Oh, Radoshelm, that was dangerous. Oh, and his teammate Yuri Santi has spun on the start-finish straights. That's quite a strange place to make a spin, but it happens. Has overtaken him, and he's now gonna chase after Siren Knight. Can he do it? Radoshan couldn't quite, but Jimmy Hunt may be able to overtake the McLaren driver. He is close, but is he close enough to attack? Now, he needs a good exit out of the spoon. Yellow flag in sector 2, it is You Can Beat Me in the other McLaren, as he lost the place to Black Wolf. But let's be back to the fight for in the front, as Jimmy Hunt is really close. He pulls out to take the outside line in the chicane, but it's not the right time to make a move. He's gonna wait. Radoshan with another 3-second time penalty, and same as Lacer, and it's gonna be the time. Jimmy Hunt makes a move to take second place from Siren Knight, and now we got both Williamses in the front. Again, You Can Beat Me, who has retired from the session in the pit lane, so it's only 11 drivers left. Meanwhile, Skylar with another fastest lap. Nova Apollo has also retired, so that means that we've got only 10 drivers. There was the car of Nova, and we've got safety car, another safety car, as Nova's car is in a very dangerous place, and so we have another safety car. And let's see what our leaders will do. Are they going to pit? Or maybe they are gonna stay out. Let's see on the tires. How is the tire situation? Spurs 7 laps, old tires, and Jimmy Hunt 10, Siren Knight 15. He has to pit, and he's gonna do it surely now. And let's see, Spurs, is he coming to the pits? Yes, he is. Same does Jimmy Hunt. Oh, that's quite a strange situation, because Jimmy Hunt is gonna lose huge amount of time behind his teammate. Lace, meanwhile, decided to stay out for the last 10 laps of the Japanese Grand Prix, and the other 6 drivers behind him chose to pit. So Spurs, of course, comes out in first place. Jimmy Hunt is gonna lose 1 or 2 places, 2 places. Both Christian and Radoshan overtook him. So that was quite a bad strategy call for the other Williams. Villeneuve decided to stay out, same as Skylar and Santi. And of course Laisa, who is currently leading, just behind safety car. And so, another restart. Probably there will be 9 laps left, as we will do 1 more lap behind Bert Maylander. I'm gonna check the comments maybe now. Okay, we are back to the race, as of course Laisa is leading currently, as he chose not to pit in order to stay out and maybe fight with Spurs, who is in second place, but he's desperate to win this one. as he was retaking the lead twice already. Behind him Siren Knight, who with one of the better strategies today, as he started on hards and he pitted behind this safety car, and he's currently in P3, and I think he's many places up. He's 12 places up, so that's a very good result for McLaren, as the other orange papaya is unfortunately out of the race. Only 10 drivers left. Then we've got Radow Shelm going in 4th. He was leading at the beginning after the excellent start. And then we've got, of course, Christian, who was also fighting for the podium at least, but he is on mediums, unlike any other in the top. Of course, except of Lace, who is on hards. Christian is on mediums. Then we've got Jimmy Hunt, who got screwed up by the strategy of his team, as he lost 3 places in the pits. And then we've got Villeneuve, also on hards. He also didn't pit under the safety car. Black Wolf in 8th, the only Red Bull here today. Then we've got another Renault of Skylar on mediums, and Santi in that last place at the moment, but still scoring points, as he is going now in 10th place. So he's gonna get at least 1 point in the opening race of the season. Apollo, you can beat me. Helm, Real Adam Baker, Shade Maps and Kuba Wilk all out of the race so far. Safety car is in this lap, so we go racing once again here in Japan. And Lace is making the restart. He's slowing down the pack. There was quite a huge pile up behind him. He's still not speeding up. Now he's speeding up, and we go racing once again. Oh, he goes onto the grass, and Black Wolf and Villeneuve are... Oh, and we've got a spin of Santi. Another spin of this Alpha on the start-finish straight. So that's... Oh, and there is a fight also for P3, and Siren Knight is losing a place to Radow Shelm. Also Villeneuve is being overtaken by Skylar, who is already 2 places up from the restart. Also Spurs is right at the back of Lace, trying to put the pressure on him. What I wanted to say, it was the second spin of Santi on the start-finish straight today. And as we go through the hairpin, the fight for the lead is not over. The Spurs is pushing and pushing behind Lace. Also Black Wolf is really close behind Villeneuve, but is he close enough to make a move? I think not. Into the 130R in the lead, still no changes. There is Christian really close to Siren Knight as he takes the outside line into the chicane, but Knight defends brilliantly and he manages to stay in front. Also at the top, Spurs. Is he gonna make a move on Lace? Around the outside into that one, not quite, not here. Lace still stays in front. Jimmy Hunt overtakes Christian. That was a brilliant move. Christian, unfortunately, on a slower tire, so he's gonna lose some time now here. Lace still leading in front of Spurs, in front of Radow Shelm, who is also close. Lace with a 3 seconds time penalty. I think it's the second one for him. Christian also with the penalty, and same as Black Wolf. Also Villeneuve is losing a place to Black Wolf, so he probably made some kind of mistake There we go, Spurs still fighting with Lace. Lace defending for his life to stay in front of this Williams. Can he do it? As we go on to the backstraight, we are on the backstraight actually. We are going through the 140R into the chicane and onto the start near straight. The DRS will be enabled, but not on this lap. And Spurs pulls out, overtake button on, and the inside line goes for him. And is it gonna be a job done for him? Yes, it is. And Lace, is he gonna lose another place also for Radoshan? Yes, he is, and he's going onto the grass like Lightning McQueen, and he's gonna lose another place. And Siren Knight goes into the podium place, and we've got a contact behind him. Jimmy Hunt, Skylar, and Christian were fighting too hard. Christian, another contact with the Renault, and both Christian and Jimmy Hunt, I believe, both with damage. No, Jimmy Hunt actually avoided damage. It was only Christian who was harmed in this process. Actually twice, 2 contacts for him. So we've got a lead change, and Spurs is already... What's going on in Sector 2? Oh! That's an interesting one, because Christian spun probably on his own, unfortunately, at the exit of the hairpin. He made nearly the same action on the beginning of the race as he made a slide at the exit of this corner, and now unfortunately he's down in 9th. But the race for the victory is not over yet. Radoshan only half a second behind Spurs. And Jimmy Hunt fighting for another place up, and he gets it. He overtakes Lace to take P4. Lace and Skylar, both Renaults in top seats. Skylar really close. Guys, easy. They are teammates, but they are fighting really hard across the whole race. Skylar barges his way through from his teammate Lace. I think there was no team orders. Siren Knight with a 3-second time penalty. So I think Jimmy Hunt will be on the podium today, as Siren Knight isn't... Oh, and he spins! No, unfortunately for McLaren, they are not gonna score many points here, as Siren Knight damaged his front wing, and he's just ahead of Villeneuve, who is probably gonna overtake him really easy on the rundown into the spoon. Down the inside he goes, and it is job done for Villeneuve. So, oh, and Christian is out. Sorry, I didn't notice it, but unfortunately after this spin he had no chance to get back to the pack, and 9 drivers left. 5 laps to go in this thrilling, exciting, I don't know how to call it, really interesting one, opening of the season 5 here in ERO. Jimmy Hunt with the 3-second time penalty, but he's far from the victory. The only battle we are interested in at the moment is the battle for the lead. Spurs versus Radoshan. They are fighting across the whole race today, and let's see who will come out on top. Can Radoshan get to the back of Spurs and retake this lead again, as he did it at the start and then in the pits? I suppose he's going for the victory, but then we will have probably another chapter of battle of teammates between Skylar and Lace. I think they are gonna have some things to discuss after this race in Renault, as there was too much violence between those two. let's return to the battle for the lead. Radoshan without DRS going down the straight. But he's 8 tenths behind Williams. We slowed down a little, nothing really happening at the moment on the track, but still a very nice battle, hopefully to the end, between those two, between Spurs and Radoshan. Spurs fighting for his life. Black Wolf actually with 3 stops, and you, Sandy, with 5 stops in this race. Skylar also 3 stops, and going in P4 just behind podium. That's a very good race for him. As we are now watching the battle for the lead, of course. Both drivers on softs, on fresh softs. But Radoshan, we have to remember, has a penalty. So that's gonna be really difficult to win this one. On track will be easier as he has DRS, but with the penalty I think it's not gonna be enough for him, as he has to run away on 3 seconds from Spurs after overtaking him, of course. What is not gonna be easy, as we saw Spurs with very good driving around this track. He won the qualifying here. Of course, a couple of lockups, but I think he is the fastest man here today. Speaking of the fastest ones, let's see who has got the fastest lap, and it is Skylar, 120 boundary of 130. Yes, so quite a good one for the Renault, but they have to make something about overtaking of their drivers, so it's not that violent and it's a little bit calmer than they showed us today. Radoshan this time a little bit closer to Spurs, but it's still not close enough. 2 laps to go, and it's gonna be a nice, and probably, because in ERO you never know what is gonna happen, nice and calm end to the race. 2021 Japan Grand Prix, ERO F4 Race 1 Season 5. And so into the hairpin they go. There is not much to commentate. I think next week in Australia, in Albert Park, we will have also such or maybe even more interesting race, and the whole season will be very interesting, as every in this league. As we are now watching the leaders going into the last lap of the race, and Spurs now crossing the line to finish the penultimate lap. Only Spurs, Villeneuve and Santi without any penalties during this race, so we also have to I don't know what we have to adore their driving, as they are not making many mistakes. Maybe not Santi, unfortunately 2 spins in the starting straight, but Villeneuve also quite a solid one. A couple of mistakes, but Spurs, of course, as I told it before, a very nice race indeed for him. No penalties and many fights for the lead, so it's gonna be really big pleasure to see him on the top step of the podium in the first race of the season 5. That's a very good start to the season for the Williams team, as they are gonna have probably both drivers on the podium, first and third. And now Spurs is going out of the final chicane to, for the one last time, get to the checkered flag, and Spurs wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Behind him Radoshelm, then we get Jimmy Hunt in third place, Skylar is gonna cross the line in fourth, Lacey, his teammate, is gonna stay in fifth, and Black Wolf, the only Red Bull, in sixth place. Now we are waiting for Villeneuve to cross the line in seventh. There he goes, 23 seconds behind Black Wolf, and now we are waiting only for Xiron Knight and Santi. Xiron Knight, also very good race, unfortunately the one and only mistake who made him finishing in the 8th place. And Santi, he scored points, he scored 2 points, so that's still a very good one for him at the opening of the season. And there we go, Japanese Grand Prix in ERO F4 is over officially. Driver of the day goes to Black Wolf, as voted by fans, I guess, in F1 game. And now we are waiting for the podium celebration to see Spurs celebrating, of course. There we go, the dance of the victory. And the Williams can have many ways to actually yes, to be happy. 1-3 for their team, they are back on top, and let's hope that they will make such good progress in the next part of the season. And of course, as I said, Spurs in the first place, then we got Radoshelm in second, Jimmy Hunt in third, Skylar in fourth, Lacey in fifth, Black Wolf in sixth, Villeneuve in seventh, Xiron Knight in eighth, Santi in ninth, Christian, unfortunately DNF in 10th place, one last point for him. And then the other non-finishers were Apollo, You Can Beat Me, Zikil Helm, Real Adam Baker, Shape Maps, and Kuba Wilk, unfortunately without points. So that's all from us on today. Please join us today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, as they are also races in 3 divisions. So we are not done yet here in Suzuka. So and see you next week in Albert Park. My name is Gnievko, and that was ERO Season 5. Goodbye and good night.